The Draconid Council had made their decision. After 3 cycles of deliberation in their obsidian tower that pierced the crimson sky of Pyro 7, they would offer a human to appease the ancient dragons of the Ashfall Mountains. It was tradition, they said, a necessary sacrifice to maintain the fragile peace between their civilization and the worms who commanded fire itself. Captain Roran Vale stood in chains before the council, his weathered face betraying no emotion. The Draconids, reptilian beings who fancied themselves the galaxy's apex predators, had captured his scout ship 3 weeks prior. They had expected pleas, tears, perhaps desperate bargaining. Instead, Vale had simply asked when they would proceed with whatever they had planned. "You understand your fate, human?" Counselor Vexrath hissed, his forked tongue tasting the air. "You will be delivered to Zithara, queen of the Ashfall brood. She has not tasted human flesh in centuries. Perhaps your sacrifice will earn us another decade of peace." Vale's lips curved into something that wasn't quite a smile. "And you're sure this is what you want?" The question hung in the sulphurous air. Vexrath's scales rippled with irritation. "Your species is soft, weak. You have no natural weapons, no armor, no fire in your bellies. You are perfect prey. The dragons will be satisfied." "I see," Vale said quietly. "Then let's not keep them waiting." The journey to the Ashfall Mountains took 2 days by Draconid crawler. Vale sat in silence, watching the landscape shift from volcanic plains to jagged peaks wreathed in smoke. The guards kept their distance, though whether from disgust or unease he couldn't tell. On the second night, one guard asked why he wasn't afraid. "Because," Vale had replied, "I've met monsters before. Real ones." At dawn on the 3rd day, they reached the Dragon's Maw, a massive cavern that exhaled plumes of superheated air. The chains were removed and Vale was pushed forward into the darkness. Behind him, the Draconids sealed the entrance with a boulder that would have taken 20 men to move. Vale walked deeper into the mountain. The heat intensified with each step, the air shimmering and thick. Lesser beings would have collapsed from heat exhaustion within minutes. Vale's modified physiology, the gift and curse of humanity's most classified military program, regulated his temperature effortlessly. His enhanced vision pierced the darkness, tracking the thermal signatures of what lurked ahead. Then he saw her. Zithara emerged from a lake of magma, molten rock cascading off scales that gleamed like polished rubies. She was magnificent and terrible, a creature from humanity's oldest nightmares made flesh. Her wings could have shadowed a city. Her teeth were the length of swords. When she spoke, her voice resonated through Vale's bones. "A human," she rumbled, leaning closer. Eyes like miniature suns examined him. "How long has it been? Your kind once worshipped my ancestors as gods, and now you come to me as tribute." She inhaled deeply, savoring his scent. "You smell of smoke and steel, of old wars. What are you, little one?" Vale met her gaze without flinching. "A soldier." Zithara's laugh was the sound of avalanches. "A soldier! And yet you do not beg, do not run. The Draconids promised me entertainment, but I wonder." Her massive head tilted. "Are you truly unafraid?" "Fear is a tool," Vale said. "I was taught to use it, not be used by it." "Interesting." The Dragon Queen settled onto her haunches, genuinely curious now. "Tell me, soldier, what makes a human dangerous? You have no fire, no claws. No venom runs through your veins. Why should I fear you?" Vale smiled then, and it was a predator's expression. "Because humans don't need any of that. We're dangerous because we never stop. Because we adapt. Because we turn everything into a weapon, even ourselves." He raised his hands, and beneath the skin, patterns began to glow. Not magic, but technology so advanced it might as well be. Nanites, billions of microscopic machines, had been dormant in his bloodstream since his augmentation. Now they awakened. "I was part of humanity's apex program," Vale continued as his body began to change. Muscles swelled with enhanced fibers, bones reinforced with carbon lattice structures. His skin shimmered with energy shields. "We volunteered to become weapons. Living, thinking, evolving weapons. The program was disbanded after we won the Centauri War. Too effective, they said. Too frightening." Zithara's amusement faded to wariness. The human before her was no longer entirely human. He had become something else, something that radiated danger like heat from a star. "The Draconids made a mistake," Vale said softly. "They thought I was prey. But humans learned long ago that the best way to survive in a universe of monsters is to become the biggest monster in the room. The Dragon Queen rose to her full height, flames gathering in her throat, but she did not attack. Instead, after a long moment, she laughed, a genuine sound of respect. "I see it now," Zithra said. "You are not here to die. You are here to send a message." "The Draconids need to understand something," Vale replied. "Humanity doesn't surrender. We don't make good sacrifices. Touch our ships again, and the next human they meet won't be as reasonable as me." Zithra considered this, ancient intelligence weighing options. Finally, she nodded. "Your species is more interesting than I remembered, perhaps. The Draconids should learn this lesson themselves." When the council received word that their tribute had returned, unharmed, walking beside the Dragon Queen, their scales paled to ash white. Zithra's message was simple. The treaty was revised. The Draconids would leave human ships unmolested, or face the wrath of both dragons and humans. As Captain Roran Vale departed Pyro 7th, his augmentation settling back into dormancy, he allowed himself a moment of satisfaction. The galaxy was full of monsters, it was true, but humanity had learned long ago how to be the monster that even monsters feared.